The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready? 8, read.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill.
Here's Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
I'm scared.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Pick and choose the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Oh,
From the gun, it's Jackson. Uncorks one for Davis. It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
36. Go. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
To throw again, Jackson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check cross, check cross, check cross. Check 45 to mark. Check 45 to mark. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Big gas, big gas, big gas.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Switch it up. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Score! Score!
Watch the boot, watch the boot.
Get it!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Hey, lock it!
Check 13.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Deion Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buddy up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's too...
He's got a man complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 60 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Three down. Hit it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he's flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he caught it up. And the Falcons grab it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Jackson now. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Touchdown, Falcons! Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
All day, every day.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Pilot, 64, weak. There they go.
Now Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
Hey, Orbit.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Fight.
2nd and 10. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
I'm on.
Defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
I can't believe they let you play. Can't believe they even let you play. Check 45 to
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
At first down.
First down.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This time Jackson will throw it toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball. 45. Mike, 45. It's been a long day for you.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now.
2nd and 1. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, high 7.
52. Block 52. 52 is the mic. Here we go. Check 52 is the mic.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
You got 3 down.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Man, I got you.
Hey, Haywood.
198.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. One receiver to the left is Evans. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Ready.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
80 weapon.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spunk and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You gonna see it. Nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Shit. Echo. Hey, watch the motion.
Jackson throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
To throw on third down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. to throw is Jackson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Uncorks one for Davis. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Check 45 to Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Shoot.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Get it.
Again, it's Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Leo. Fair. Gone.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deion Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Come on. 45, Mike, 45. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 45. I'm coming after you.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Jackson on third down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Landry. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead. You've been
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And his throw is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now back to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. As his guys are in for 6 as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Devin White drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Mike Bart 2.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Rock it.
He's checking Craig.
Hey, Zoo. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Check 52.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is Miller, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Watch block, motion block.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Look at me. Go. Switch. Snap.
2nd and 14. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
We taking wins home. 45's the mic.
I'm going back to you. Deuce. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Tighten up. Hey.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
45 is Mike. 45. Let's go, D. Let's go. Kill. Check 52. Joker.
From the gun, Jackson. Caught by Jones. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Watch the pass. 45's the mic. Got you. I got you, son.
Check 4. Hey, look, 3. Check 9.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He completes it to Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Mike, 45. Not today, you are. Zip it. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Mike, 45.
Jackson will throw again. And this is going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
45, 45, 45. I hope you brought your rest because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
56. All day, punk.
On 1st down, Jones. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll go again to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Shay, lock it.
They'll look to throw here. He's got Evans. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hard. No. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Let's go, defense. It's our time. Check 99. Check 99.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Switch. Orbit. 45, go. 45 to Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
That's it.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Hey, watch the run.
And Jackson throwing once more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part,